Atheists are like flat earthers. They say that we do not believe that earth is spherical. We just reject that earth is spherical in shape. And what is the evidence that earth is spherical? No, evidences are present. The problem is that flat earthers will never agree that earth is spherical. And even those who believe that earth is spherical does not owe any obligation to convince the flat earthers that earth is spherical in nature. It is the duty of the flat earthers to go and search for proof. We will not spoon feed them. Similarly, we will not spoon feed any atheist for believing in the existence of God. The evidence are right there in your own face. If you want to just deny it, deny it. We don't care less. One of the user has commented that uh, since I have told that God is the reason, God is the only explanation present for origin of life. So he has responded that we have life today and we can study life, and there is homeostasis and chemistry in present in life. If you are saying that God is the only reason for the life on this earth, then we the God. So he is basically trying to say that if you are uh, comparing God with life, so we can now analyze life and but we cannot analyze God. Now this is a wrong conclusion. Why this is a wrong conclusion? Let me give you an example to explain my point. Suppose there's a car, fine, and it runs on petrol, and you know the engine of car, you know the mileage of car, you know uh, what is the cc of car and what is the material with which the car is made of. This Now you have the car, you are analyzing the car. This still does not answer the question that who created the car. Now once you see a car, you will automatically believe that someone has created the car, not because you have seen someone else uh, creating a car, but you know by the uh, that it's a necessity that since the car comes into an existence, that someone else has created it. Now that someone else is of course different to what the car is. For example, the car runs on petrol. We all know that human beings does not need petrol to survive. So they are two different things. So here is a category, there's a category misunderstanding of the atheist, that they believe that since universe is created, so even the God needs to be created. That's a false understanding, because universe and God are completely different. Just like the car and the creator of car is completely different, just like the painting or the painter is completely different. But the atheist usually avoid getting dealing directly with it, because if they deal this common thing, this is so commonsensical. If atheist just deals with it directly, they will get the reply. But they just want to beat around the bush. They just want to play with it, tease it and distort it, and saying and strawmanning the argument of the theist. I'm not saying that life is like God. I am saying that God is the creator of life, and without the creator, life cannot come into existence. And science cannot explain the origin of life. Science can explain life because it has come into existence. Science can only uh, describe you something which is already in existence or which has come into existence. Science cannot answer anything. That's the reason you people are having problem with identifying or knowing God, because you are trying to find God in matter. You are using science and you are trying to find God. For it's like searching the creator of car inside the car. It is not necessary that the creator is inside the car. It can be inside, it can be outside, it can be that he is not present right now, and maybe he'll come later. So this simple logic atheist cannot understand, or rather I would say that this simple logic atheist does not want to understand. Another claim of atheist is that since you have made a positive claim, therefore you have to provide evidence. Although this question has been answered over and over again, yet they are saying the same things. They are like deaf, dumb, and blind. They are not listening to what the theists are saying actually. Theists have not made a positive claim. Theists have made a claim which is default in nature. Anything which is default in nature does not need to provide evidence in first place. They need to provide evidence against it. For example, if I say that my parents name is so and so, all I can do is to provide an identity proof for that. I don't have to provide a DNA proof for that, fine, unless someone disputes. Important. So theists have not made any claim. Theist, what they have done, they have believed something which is always been believed. For example, if I say that truth exists, I don't have to provide any evidence for that. If I say that justice exists, I don't have to provide any evidence for that, because these are something which are basic concepts, and basic concept does not require any proof. If I say what is the evidence that science exists, I don't have to provide any evidence for that, because these are default beliefs. Another example which I will try to give is that of a flat earth. You know what is the basic belief right now? The basic belief is that earth is spherical. But we all know that just like the atheist, flat earthers also exist. So just because flat earthers exist, and atheists will say no, we have evidence that earth is spherical. I know, I agree with it. But does flat earthers agree with you that earth is spherical? Flat earthers does not agree with you with that earth is spherical. Similarly, we have evidence that God exists. All you can do, you can just do a Google search, and then you can provide a refuting video that why these things does not make any sense. But until then, you don't have any right to say that we do not have evidence for God. You should say that we are not convinced of the evidence of God. Fair enough. But saying that there is no evidence for the existence of God is an outright lie. It's like saying uh, uh, there is no evidence for the existence of science. This is outright lie. Fine, people are following science, people are becoming scientists. Fine, science itself is not something which can be observed or measured. Science is a subject, it's a concept in itself. Another example I would like to give is money, currency. Fine, we believe that this is the money and this is the currency which is authorized by the government, otherwise it's just a paper. Another example I can give you is marriage. We believe that two people are married to each other. There is no scientific evidence that two people are married to each other, because you can have children even without marriage. You can have sex even without marriage. How will you prove that two people are married to each other? This is faith. This is belief that two people are married to each other. They will show your document, fine. We will also show you the scriptures. So atheists should grow up and be mature enough to understand our argument rather than asking the same question over and over again. The default position does not have any burden of proof. Yes, the default position can be wrong. I'm not saying just because something is default in nature, so that can be true. No, I'm not saying that. I'm even not saying that whatever the majority people are believing, uh, since they are majority in numbers, therefore they are right. I'm not saying that. I'm not appealing to the popularity. What I am saying, that the burden of proof does not lie upon the person who has a default view. You need to provide evidence which are against those views, and you can refute this evidence. Is it possible to refute the existence of God? Yes, it is possible. But since the atheist has not come up with a good refutation of God, therefore they have an excuse that rather than we providing evidence, you have the burden of proof to to prove that God exists. We don't have any burden of proof because we are on the default. This is the basic belief like other beliefs, truth, justice, equality, marriage, and all the other reality of this world, and all the field of knowledge, history, geography, or science. And atheists usually say, oh, you believe in God because God says so. Of course, why not? You believe in science because science says so. You believe in history because history says so. Of course, this is how everything else works. You believe the government because government have said so. Of course, why not? You believe the law because law have said so. Of course, that is how everything else work. That is how. If you do not believe, then why don't you challenge it? Why don't you challenge it with something which is, you don't have anything. The problem with the atheist is they do not have anything to offer. So that's the reason they are asking us questions over and over again. First of all, we are not obliged, and we don't owe atheist anything, Baba. We don't owe atheist anything. Secondly, we don't have the burden of proof, because we are like the one who believe that earth is spherical. You are like the one who believes that earth is flat, and it's like a flat earther asking for evidence. What is the evidence that earth is spherical? Go and google it, both, that what is the evidence for the earth being spherical, and what is the evidence for the existence of God, and you will get all the evidences. The fact of the matter is that you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it. That's the reason. You are just this is making an excuse. Burden of proof is upon the theist. And even after that, now I'll find many atheists saying the same things over and over again in my comment section. Since you have made the claim, I have already answered this 100 times. And the more you make this kind of stupid claims, the more opportunity I get to make videos on this topic. A user has commented that sadly we are saying that the grown up adults believing in magical spirits, and other atheists usually say, oh, if you believe in God, then why don't you believe in dragons and unicorns, or spaghetti monster, all these kinds of stuffs. So they need to understand that magical spirits, dragons, or spaghetti monster is not required as a necessity for the origin of life. If they are required, we will believe in it. Also, these things are fictional in nature. There is no evidence that God is fictional in nature. Never is God defined as something which is fictional. While these things which are mentioned are by their definition fictional in nature. It is not that some people actually believe in unicorns or spaghetti monster. Nobody believes in unicorns or spaghetti monster, and that's the reason this cannot be the focus of discussion. Nobody has a debate whether dragon exists or not. Fine, but also I would like to add that atheists sometimes behave like spoiled kids. you know okay, prove it to me. Even though you provide hundreds and thousands of proofs, they will say the same thing over and over again. So atheists should understand that we are not parents of atheists, that we will spoon feed you. If you want to believe. If you do not want to believe, don't believe. That's not a problem for us, that's a problem from you. If you are so satisfied with your atheism, why are you still seeing why are you still watching theist? You should live your own life. We don't spend our time watching atheist stuff. We actually spend our time watching stuff which are related to our own religion, or which are related to theism. So if you are so satisfied with atheist, why don't you live your own life? Why you are commenting in the post of atheist? Why are you still watching theist videos? Because you are missing something in your life. And also I would like to add that there's a community out there, flat earth community, who believes that earth is flat. Fine. Now if they cry like a baby that prove to me that earth is spherical, earth is spherical, please prove to me that earth is spherical. Those people who believe that earth is spherical, they will not go around convincing these people. The evidences are there. You just need to google search it, and you will get the evidence. The people who believe that earth is spherical have no obligation to prove the flat earthers that earth is spherical in shape. Similarly, those people who are theists have no obligation to prove that uh, God exists. If you want to believe God exists, fair enough. If you do not want to believe God exists, theist does not care. Theist or any truth seeker who want to know about God, they do not care what you believe. They care what they believe. This is the example of a truth seeker. And even atheist, I do not consider every atheist to be a fool or a dogmatic person. There are many truth seekers in atheist as well, and they are trying to find out the truth, and of course they have not reached the truth. And we also as a theist has not reached the ultimate truth. No human being on this earth have reached the ultimate truth. What we do, it's a journey. It's a journey of faith, or rather it is the journey of faithless. So everyone has an obligation to become closer to the ultimate truth as much as possible. So if atheists believe that why atheists actually do this. This is similar to the religious bigots. Religious bigots come and troll those who are not as bigot, or who are not bigots. So they troll the intellectuals, or they troll those people who actually want unity and diversity. They troll them because they somehow want to feel morally superior. That's the reason they go around trolling and abusing people, whether online or offline. These atheists, many of which come and troll under the comment, they actually want to feel intellectually, because they haven't done anything in their life. Their life is miserable, and I can judge it from the comment itself. See, a person who has a miserable life will have a miserable comment. A person with a good life, good family, everything is sorted, will have a happy comment, or at max they will ignore my. If an atheist is happy in his atheism, they will ignore all the religious video. Fine, just like I ignore all the religious video who are toxic in nature. I do not go and comment on those videos, because I know that if I comment on those videos, they will get traffic and they will get engagement. And once you comment on any video, you have to engage with the reply which is coming. So since I am so much satisfied in with my own intellectual journey, that I don't go and comment or even interact or even watch a video which is toxic in nature, religiously toxic, or any way which is toxic as a whole. Because I have seen many videos of atheists which are very good, very fine. They are making their claim, they are providing evidence, fine, I can see that, and I can understand where they are coming from. So from an understanding point of view, I like those videos of the atheists. Actually, I like those videos, and I'm looking forward to watch more videos like this. But there are other atheists in their community, like how there are other religious bigots in our community, who are very toxic to even hear. They are so toxic in nature, they are so narcissistic in nature. So I avoid these kinds of people, whether they are religiously narcissist, or whether that uh, whether they are atheistically narcissist. Narcissism is present in both religious and atheistic people. What we need to do, we need to avoid them at all cost. And if I realize that someone is toxic, or I realize that someone is narcissist in nature, I just don't engage, because there is no point in engaging with a narcissist person. They will there is a saying, do not fight with pig, they will drag you to the level. Sorry, do not fight with the pig. uh, the pig will enjoy and you will get dirty. So that is what most of the atheist trolls do. They come and, what is the evidence for the existence of God? The video itself, they don't have anything to say on the video. They will never challenge the video. They will never challenge what is given in the video. They have their own agenda. They come and ask the same question which have been answered maybe a million times, but they are not interested. They are asking the same question over and over again, which has been answered million times. So they are not interested, these people are not interested in truth. And let me tell you that these people will never get guided until they leave this habit of theirs, and they literally become a truth seeker. They are like a pigeon who is closing their eyes, and they are like person who is closing their eyes and telling that the sun does not exist. So there is an eyes of the intellect also which is present. I think they have closed that, because you know why atheists have to give so much emphasis that they are rationalist, because nobody believes that they are rational. That's the reason they have to convince themselves that they are rationalist in nature. If you are really a rationalist, you don't have to wear it on your sleeves. That's what I want to say to these people.